Hello dear students and welcome to our English class. Today's lesson is speaking. We're going to practice role play. So please get your student books ready, pages 53 and 74. Remember, you can pause the video anytime to think about a question or to do an assigned task. In today's lesson, we have three objectives. 1. Predict the content of the lesson by answering 2 questions. 2. Construct questions to ask about personal information. And 3. Formulate an interview between 2 people. Let's get started. During summer holidays, many teenagers prefer to take a summer job to earn their own pocket money. So what type of job can they have? Pause the video for a while and think about jobs that teenagers can have to earn their own pocket money in summer holidays. Let's share answers. Yes, it's possible that teenagers work as nursing assistant. Very good. Or, yes, they can work in the customer service in a library. Or also, they can work as kindergarten teacher assistant. Excellent. Yes, they may also work as camp leaders. Now, whenever they need to look for a job, where do people usually search jobs? Pause the video for a while and try to think. Any ideas to share? Yes, the internet. Very good. Internet sites are a very good place where people can look for jobs. Excellent. Or newspapers. Very good. What else? Excellent, in the job agencies, or also we call them employment agencies. And where else? In the social media. Excellent job. Now look at the pictures and the announcement, then guess who the speakers are and where they are. Pause the video and try to think. Okay. So now let's see how the young man is going to introduce himself and check whether your guessings are right or not. Hi, my name is Robert. I work for an agency that helps young people find work during the summer holiday. Can I help you? So he works for an agency that helps young people find work during the summer holiday. Good. Now the second person, let's see how she introduces herself and check whether your guessing was right or not. Hi, my name is Karen. I want to register as a job seeker. So, who is this young lady? She is a job seeker. Excellent. She is looking for a job. Very good. Now, where are the speakers? They are in a job agency or an employment agency. So now let's recapitulate. We have 2 people in an employment agency. The young man here, he is a staff member. He helps people who are looking for jobs. And the young lady here is a job seeker. She's looking for a job and she wants to register as a job seeker. Now open your student books, page 74, the speaking section. Read the prompt and underline the keywords and phrases. Now pause the video for a while and take your time to read the prompt and underline the keywords or phrases. Okay, let's read together and see what you have underlined. Student A, you work for an agency that helps young people find work during the summer holidays. What are the keywords or phrases here? Excellent. You work for an agency, so you are a staff member. Very good. Then, a young person, student B, has come to register as a job seeker. Ask him or her to provide you with personal details and some information about the type of work he or she would like to do. So what are the keywords or phrases here? Very good. Ask him or her to provide you with personal details. So here you're going to introduce a subject. You can use expressions like, first, let me begin by, or one thing we need to discuss is, or Now let's talk about, or let's move on to. You can also ask the job seeker to repeat what he or she said. You may also ask him or her to repeat what he or she said more slowly. And here you make a confirmation check. You can use expressions like, "Could you repeat that for me, please?" "Sorry, I didn't quite understand what you said. Could you say that more slowly, please?" Okay. Now let's move on. Make sure you repeat back to the person what you have written down to check you have recorded it correctly. So what are the keywords here? Excellent. Make sure you repeat back to the person what you have written. So what are you doing here? You are checking that you have recorded things correctly. Very good. And here we are repeating back information. So you can use expressions like, "Okay, so that," and you repeat the information, or "So you said your name, date of birth, etc." and you repeat the information for the listener to make sure that you recorded it correctly. And you may use other expressions like "so," "you have," or "you speak," etc. Correct? Always make sure that you check the information is recorded correctly or not. Now, in your student book, page 74, we're going to start asking questions. So read the job seeker information form and think about the questions the staff member would use to ask about personal information. Before you pause the video, let's try to remember the type of questions you may ask. So you can ask WH questions, very good, or yes or no questions, or indirect questions. Now pause the video and do the task. Let's share answers. So the first part is asking about the name, date of birth, and email address. You can say, for example, "First, let me begin by asking you your name, date of birth, and email address." And here you're asking an indirect question. Then you will ask about the type of work wanted. So you can say, for instance, "Let's talk about the type of work you want." And here you are making a suggestion. Very good. Then you will ask about the relevant qualifications and experience. And you can say, "Do you have any relevant qualifications or experience?" And this is a yes or no question. After that, to ask about the personal qualities, you may say, "How would you describe yourself?" Or you can ask about the languages spoken. So you can say, for instance, "What languages do you speak?" And in these two questions, you are asking WH questions. Very good. Now, to ask about the future plans, you can say, for example, "Have you got any hobbies?" And this is a yes or no question. Then to ask about the future plans, you can ask, "What are your future plans?" And here you go back to WH questions. Excellent. To ask about the driving license or the transport, you can say, for instance, "Do you have a driving license and your own transport?" And here you are asking a yes or no question. Now, dear students, while asking questions, remember to ask about the information given in the job seeker form. Also, use different types of questions. For example, yes or no questions. Have you got any hobbies? You may also use WH questions. What languages do you speak? Use also indirect questions. Let me start by asking you your name. Also, repeat back information to check confirmation. For instance, "So you said your name is Karen, right?" Now move to page 53, the speaking section. Read the prompt and underline the keywords or phrases. Pause the video, read and underline. Okay, let's read together now and see what you have underlined. Student B, you are looking for temporary work over the summer holidays. What are the keywords or information here? Excellent. You are looking for temporary work, so you are a job seeker. So you can use expressions like, I'm looking for a job that involves, I would be interested in working in, or I have some experience in. Then, you have gone to an agency that helps match job seekers with suitable employers. Speak to a member of staff, student A, and provide any information you think will help them to match you with a suitable employer. Then set up an interview. What are the keywords here? Excellent. Provide any information you think will help them to match you with a suitable employer. Very good. So you can use expressions like, well, let's see now, how shall I put it, let me think, you may pause to think, etc. I've never actually given it a lot of thought, etc. You can also add information. Something else I'd like to say, or something else I'd like to mention is that, etc. Don't forget that you have to repeat information whenever required. Remember that student A, the staff member, is going to check information and may ask you to repeat information to confirm. So you can use expressions like, let me repeat that, I said, etc., or as I said. Now we're going to start responding to questions. So read the information form and think about the personal information the job seeker would provide to answer the staff member's questions. Pause the video, read the questions, and think about the answers. Okay, let's see how would you answer the first question. Asking about the name, the date of birth, and email address. Very good. My name is, I was born on, and my email address is. Then let's talk about the type of work you want. You can say, well, I'm looking for a job that, and you describe the job you want. Then, do you have any relevant qualifications or experience? You can say, for instance, actually, I haven't got any, or I have got many, or whatever. You describe your qualifications and experience. Then, how would you describe yourself? A personal description. You can say, let me think, I'm very sociable, and of course, you're going to use adjectives to describe yourself. What languages do you speak? Of course, here you're going to enumerate the languages you speak. I speak 2 languages, 3 languages, or whatever. Now, have you got any hobbies? You're going to talk about your hobbies. Yes, I like painting, I like swimming, whatever. What are your future plans? Here you will talk about the future. So, well, I want to go to university, or any other plans you have for the future. When he asks you, do you have a driving license and your own transport? You can answer, for example, no, not really. Time to set up the interview. Hello, first let me begin by asking you your name, date of birth, and email address. My name is Karen Stevens. I was born on 19th of April 2002. My email address is ksteve1314@qatarmail.com. Sorry, could you repeat your email for me, please? Is it ksteve1413? No, I said ksteve1314@qtrmail.com. Okay, thank you. Now let's talk about the type of work you want. Well, I'm looking for a job that involves working with other people, but wouldn't like to work in an office. Alright, do you have any relevant qualifications or experience? Actually, I haven't got any relevant qualifications as I'm still a student, but I have worked as a camp leader before. Okay, now how would you describe yourself? Let me think. I'm very sociable and patient, which are both very good when you work with people. That's very nice. Now, what are your future plans? I've never actually given it a lot of thought, but I probably want to go to university and become a doctor. Now it's your turn to complete the interview between the job seeker and the staff member to fill in the form. Thank you, my dear students.